Warning to all Jar Jar haters. This episode of the Clone Wars series focuses heavily on Jar Jar Binks. If you hate him, then because I love him, you must go away. Or you can stay, but no hate comments in the comments below. And now, starting with the review.
Hello there! This is Opal Francis. And I believe the warning system has already warned Jar Jar haters about how much he will be in this episode. Now, let's get one thing straight. I have no problem with Jar Jar, like at all. I love his character and everything about him. I also love the Darth Jar Jar theories, but that will be in another video. So, let's begin with episode 8 of season 1 of the Clone Wars show, Bombad Jedi. If some of you haven't seen my previous episode review, then you must be wondering why did I start from 1, then go to 8, and it's not in chronological order or in the order they were released. I am going with the order of the episodes that leave the most impact on me. So, if your episode gets missed, I'm very sorry, but you can tell me in the comments below and I will tell my thoughts on it later. Okay, let's start it. The episode starts out with the narrator explaining to us that the citizens of the planet Rhodia are starving with no food supplies being given to them from the Republic or anyone else. And basically, Padme Amidala goes to Rhodia to just make certain that they don't give up and just join the Separatists or anything like that, and that their loyalties remain to the Republic. Before she arrives onto Rhodia, Chancellor Palpatine contacts her, and he is quite worried about her safety when she went into a war zone with no clones or anything, just by herself with C-3PO and Jar Jar Binks. She, however, explains to the Chancellor that Onakon the Far, the governor of the planet Rhodia, was basically her father's best friend in the Senate and the support, and she just can't go with clones because that would really not be peaceful. So she wants to go on her own. That is when Jar Jar Binks messes everything up by basically wants to tell the Chancellor that everything is alright, but he accidentally pushes C-3PO, which makes C-3PO crash and land on a button, which makes the ship go off balance. After that, Senator Amidala basically just she normals everything with the ship, and then Chancellor Palpatine gives a hint to Senator Amidala that Jar Jar should not be in the negotiations by basically telling her, be careful who you choose for these very important negotiations. So she lands on Rhodia, and I must say, Rhodia is one of the coolest planets I have ever seen. Its design is incredible. It's very. I love it. The cities, the swamps, the jungle, the palaces, and everything about it, and it's very beautiful. Yeah, and it's incredible. After landing, she leaves Jar Jar and 3PO on the ship, basically telling Jar Jar so that he doesn't really get sad. Well, you need to watch over 3PO. You know how he always gets himself in trouble. And then I love the reply. C-3PO is like, Trouble? Me? Really? But basically she leaves them, and then the assistant of Onaconda Far basically leads her to Onaconda Far himself, the governor. And then Padme is talking about that, like, they will get their supplies, they will get their food and everything. They just need to wait. However, you can see, I think, right from the very beginning that Onaconda is leading the conversation into a very sort of a separatist way. And in the end, it turns out that he, being so impatient, has already basically made the deal with Nute Gunray, and then the droids start running, and then the hologram of Nute Gunray appears, and he basically is very happy because now that basically Onaconda made a treaty with him, he can now finally get his revenge on Senator Amidala for putting him in the courts after The Phantom Menace, the first movie. And now he can get his revenge, and basically Senator Amidala is captured, and Onaconda Far is like, I'm so sorry, but we need those supplies. And then she is taken away by the droids, and Nute Gunray tells Onaconda that he will arrive soon to collect his prize and to give the supplies. After that, the episode cuts back to Jar Jar Binks and C-3PO waiting for Senator Amidala to return, then being attacked by battle droids, resulting in Jar Jar accidentally magneting 3PO to sort of a magnet, then accidentally destroying the battle droids, and then basically a crab droid, we can see those in Revenge of the Sith, comes out. Jar Jar fights with the crab droids, resulting in him basically falling into the swamp. Then we are meant to believe that Jar Jar died, however that isn't the case. And then he just climbs out and he's like, Misa okay, Friso. And I love the basically how Jar Jar in this episode calls 3PO Friso, and how that makes C-3PO extremely angry. But then we cut back basically to Jar Jar basically just destroys the ship accidentally with the magnet. And then they understand that they cannot fly away. However, Jar Jar finds a Jedi rope which belongs to Anakin basically inside the ship. He dresses as the Jedi, and then they just come out of the ship. Meanwhile, Nute Gunray arrives, and Onaconda Far says, we are holding her in the South Tower, and Jar Jar and C-3PO have been listening to the conversation between Nute Gunray and Onaconda, and now they know where they are holding Senator Amidala. And then suddenly one battle droid spots Jar Jar in the cloak of Anakin and thinks that it's a Jedi, and then Nute Gunray is like, a Jedi? And everyone thinks that Jar Jar is a Jedi, and that's really hilarious when I think of it. And then there's this chase scene, but resulting in Jar Jar basically falling into the water underneath and escaping. C-3PO is then captured by droids, and after that, Jar Jar is holding his breath in the water while a slug monster is chasing him. The battle droids outside Padme's cell are then warned about the Jedi. And Padme, I really like how she uses this advantage to pretend like the Jedi has already rescued her, so that the droids would open the cell from the outside. She has already got out of her handcuffs, and now
after the stupid battle droids thought that the Jedi was already there after she pretended, they come in and she just starts blasting them like a badass character, and then she just runs out and onto the bridge. C-3PO is captured by the droids, and then Padme just shoots their heads off and basically rescues him. After learning that Jar Jar had accidentally destroyed their ship, Padme tells C-3PO to find some communications room and communicate with the clones so that they would send a rescue team. C-3PO walks away and does that, while Jar Jar is like a prince still trying to rescue the princess from the tower. However, Padme has already escaped, while Gunray, basically he doesn't care about Anaconda and all his people with the supplies. He just wants to execute Amidala. Anaconda starts understanding that, and then I have a big issue with this. It's not really big actually, but the problem is that when they come to the tower, there is a droid standing and basically telling, oh, she caused a lot of damage to our droids and she escaped. But how does he know that? I mean, all the droids that were there were destroyed, and why, if this was like a droid, why did he even come there? I mean, the other droid didn't press the alarm button, so no one is like should be alarmed. And second of all, how does he know that it was Amidala who did all of this stuff? But that's just nitpicking. Okay, so basically what happens after that is Jar Jar overhears the droid telling Nute Gunray that Padme Amidala has escaped, and he's like, escaped! Then they start shooting him, and then there's chasing and everything, and eventually Jar Jar falls into the water with a lot of bombs. He does escape the bombs, however, a super battle droid basically fires a rocket out of his arm. And here's my second problem with this episode. I had the same one with the last one, but I forgot to mention it because of how long I talked about that one. So basically the super battle droids have this kind of voice in the Clone Wars.
Not likely. Die, Republic Dog. Hey, what's going on? Get out of the way, all of you. I'm having a serious malfunction.
This low voice fits the super battle droids, I think, as to how they look. However, the problem with this is that in Revenge of the Sith, we did hear super battle droids speak. And their voice there was completely different, which creates a very serious continuity difference.
Those are Jedi fighters, all right. Get back to work. That nothing. Hey, you stupid little astro droid.
I am extremely sorry, guys, but basically it doesn't let me upload videos longer than 15 minutes, and I have been talking for long enough. So, thank you for watching. There will be a part 2 in that case. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell to stay up to date with all my new juicy content, and also please like this video, share it with a friend, that would really help. Comment below what you liked about it, and yeah, thank you. And may the Force be with you, always.